Good morning, everybody. We had so much going on yesterday, I wasn't able to do the book reading, so we'll do it this morning. Otis learns karate. Doggone it, yelled Otis the bulldog. What's the matter, Otis? His sister Charlie asked. I want to take karate so I can fight bad guys like my favorite superhero, the blazing bulldog. I thought Mommy and Daddy said they would pay for karate lessons, Charlie said. They did, but the karate teacher, Mr. Morita, kicked me out of his dojo, said Otis. He doesn't like me. Psst. A dojo is a place where people and sometimes bulldogs learn karate. Why on earth doesn't he like you? Otis frowned. He thinks I'm rude. Charlie rolled his eyes. Charlie is a very good eye roller. Otis said, I love you, but sometimes you aren't very polite. What does polite mean? Otis asked. It means being nice, Charlie said. It means showing people kindness and respect. Well, he wasn't nice to me, Otis yelled. I wanted to learn how to do the kicks and punches and tried to tell him when he was teaching us about boring stances. He said I have to learn the stances first, but who cares about that? I wanted to get to the fun stuff. Oh, Otis, Charlie cried. What did you say to him? Otis chuckled. They're eating cookies. Weird. Hurry up, you old hound. I didn't come here to stand. I came here to fight. Good grief, Otis. That is rude. No wonder he made you leave, Charlie said. Otis flopped on the floor. Oh, I've messed everything up. Charlie smiled. Don't worry at all, Otis, she said. I'll teach you how to get back to the class. You need to show him you can be patient, that you can be respectful, and that you can listen. Those are things that have to do with being polite. If you can do that, maybe he'll change his mind and teach you karate again. Are you ready? Yes, Otis said. Lesson 1. Okay, lesson 1, Charlie said. Charlie pointed to the air. Look, keep your eye on the butterfly. Butterfly, Otis said, getting distracted. What in the world? Just do it, Otis. No matter how much that butterfly flies around, keep your eye on her. Otis did what he was told. His eyes were glued to the butterfly. Good job, Otis, Charlie said. Lesson 2, to the pond. Lesson 2. When they reached the pond, Charlie stuck her paw in the water and pulled out a fish. Here you go, Otis, catch. She tossed the fish to Otis, but he didn't catch it. Charlie picked up the fish again and tossed it. Otis almost caught it, but then it slipped. Otis, you have to hold the fish firmly. Grip it really tight. Charlie picked up the fish, tossed it to Otis. More time. This time he caught it and held on tight. You're doing it, Charlie cheered. Good for you, Otis. But I'm confused. What does this have to do with being polite? You'll see, she said with a wink. Lesson 3. I'm going to spray water at you with the hose, but you have to stay dry. Duck, Charlie yelled. Charlie sprayed water at Otis, and it hit him right in the face. Charlie didn't waste any time before she sprayed him again. Duck! Again, Otis got a muzzle full of water. Charlie, that's not fun. Why are you spraying me? Silly dogs. Otis, you have to listen, Charlie said. Duck. Sploosh. This time Otis bent over. The water missed him and watered Mommy's hydrangea bush instead. Good job, Otis, Charlie said. You didn't get wet that time. I think you've learned everything you need to know about being polite. Really, Otis asked. Yes, Charlie said. You ready to talk to Mr. Morita? I am. You are, Charlie answered. And right then and there, Charlie whispered the last secret to being polite in Otis's ear. Whisper, whisper. The next day, Otis went to the Kishu Kai Karate Dojo. Otis was nervous, But he remembered everything Charlie had taught him. Gulp. Just like he kept his eyes on the butterfly in the sky, he looked Mr. Morito right in the eye. Just as he caught the slippery fish, he shook Mr. Morito's hand with a strong, firm grip. Just as he ducked to keep from getting wet from the hose, Otis bowed before Mr. Morito, who was much older and deserved his respect. Then Otis did one more thing. He did something Charlie told him to do when she whispered in his ear. He apologized to Mr. Morito. "Sir," he said, "I'm sorry I was rude at the last class. It would mean a lot to me if you would still teach me karate. I will be polite and listen from now on. I won't ever interrupt you when you're trying to teach me something important." Mr. Morito smiled. He put his hand on Otis's ear and gave it a scratch. "Yes, of course," Mr. Morito said. "It would be my honor." Otis was thrilled. "Yes!" he yelled as he pumped his paws. And do you know what happened after that? He used his new skills to learn karate. First he learned the stance, and then he finally learned to punch and kick, just like a real superhero. All done. Thank you guys. Have an amazing day.